We have a question from Brett, and it's good to hear. This is a fun little question to finish off today's podcast. Hey, Coach, I first heard you from Pavel praising you on a podcast, and I understand you've worked together at RKC for many years. Yeah, Pavel and I, it's interesting, we met a long time ago, and we became instant friends. He's a very smart guy. He takes copious notes. He pays close attention to things. What have you learned from Pavel that has helped you the most? And what have you taught him that is significant to you? What I learned from Pavel, well, we've been friends a long time. Okay, let's go with the big one first. The thing I like a lot about Pavel is an obsessive learner. One of his books, now he doesn't like the book, but there's something I do like about it. It's called From Russia with Tough Love. And what he does in this book is he takes a lot of the forum posts at Dragon Door and he incorporates them into the book. So, but what I like about this, so a swing is a swing is a swing. We all, of course, until you go online, you see the crap you see there. But if you're teaching the swing and you would send in a little idea, he would capture it and put it in the book. If you were at a workshop and you said, here's something I do, he'd nod his head and then he would quote you and put it in the book. So the thing I like about Pavel is his ability to constantly is it canny, constant and never-ending improvement. He is a canny guy. When you read his work, you see that he's always trying to improve. Now, do a lot of people do that? Yeah, I think so. But it's so clear in his work. The next thing, when we did meet it the first time, we met at Charles Staley's boot camp. It's a famous story I covered in books. Don't worry about it. But he basically gave me the Easy Strength template, and I became, I would say, the number one apostle of Easy Strength. And basically, it's for 40 days, pick 5 exercises and do them. Never do more than 10 reps. I had already had the rule of 10 before I met Pavel, and Percy Sarity had done the 5 movements with the rule of 10, but it was kind of nice to see that. So it was, and that's it right there. Make sure you hear that. I came in, when I first met Pavel, I had a ton of experience. Almost probably 40 years in the weight room, probably, this ages me, 22, 23, 24, 25 years as a coach. So I had this vast experience, and I was trying to become the oldest person to ever qualify for the Olympic trials. So I have this vast amount of experience, and I'm kind of bouncing into problems here. Pavel and I have this wonderful conversation. My brother Gary was there too, and it really was it was one of the greatest experiences in my life, the first time I met Pavel. But don't forget, my brother Gary was there too, so that makes it even a more beautiful experience for me. But I have all this experience. I share with Pavel the issue. He summarizes, it's only 6 sentences. His advice is only 6 sentences. He summarizes that advice in 6 sentences, and that gave me a clear path for the next, now it's been 20 years. So I've been lifting weights a long time. To me, that's the important thing. So, gentle listener, and especially Brett here, I really appreciate this. There's a great lesson coming out of this. When I met Pavel, I had a lot of experience. I had a lot of knowledge. I knew who Percy was. I knew we had the rule of 10. We had all these things in place. Pavel clears it up in just a few sentences. We talked about all kinds of other things too. And boom, that gives me 20 years to lead from there. Pavel, the evil Russian thing, is difficult for me, especially with my personal history and some of the events of the last few years. But one of the things I do like about Pavel with that whole the evil Russian thing is that he does have this ability to say, do this. And I'll be honest, that's a weakness of mine, because no matter what conversation comes up, no matter what happens, my brain has to see the entire rainbow, the entire spectrum. I have to know if the Egyptian easy strengthers, were doing that when they were putting up the pyramid, the pyramids. Did the Stonehenge people, what kind of loaded carries? I have to make sure I let myself get caught up in every nuance that sometimes I need someone to say, do this. And that's been what Pavel's been so good for me. So your question, I really appreciate, Brett, is this, what have I learned from Pavel? And if you just want to summarize very quickly, the two best things I've learned from Pavel, first is his absolutely rigorous ability to keep learning, to take notes, to think things through, to listen to other people, and then have the dignity and the good sense to let people know, I got this from this person. Sometimes it'll be funny to read his books, because it'll say, Magic Martian 4000 said that, because it's someone online. Use your real names, online people. You don't have to be anonymous. Be yourself. I like that, is that he is a rigorous listener for insights and ideas about how to make things better. And then number two, with the evil Russian persona, it's the whole idea of do this. And sometimes what you guys need to do is stop with all the nonsense. Like the late great Dave Draper used to say about leaning out, eat tuna fish and drink water. And then people say, well, what else? No, that's it. Do that for 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. Then get back to me about leaning out. That's a tough do this program. But if someone tells you to do 5 exercises and follow the rule of 10 and, do it for the next 40 workouts, it will change your life if you, of course, do this and take copious notes. That's not bad. There's more, obviously, but that's pretty good too. Two lessons, yeah.